And today, not a massive rucksack, but I'm spending the night on the top, and for the first time in a few years I'm using a bivvy. That's the plan. Bog inspector. There we are. The sky is certainly cleared, but it's still quite windy. So I'm going to see if I can bivvy at a place that you can't pitch a tent, because that's why I'm using the bivvy tonight. Not sure of the exact location. I'm going to spend the night. Not even sure the route I'm going to take yet. I was thinking of going up the corridor route. If it stays clear, I might do just the full corridor route. But I was also thinking of kicking off left up past Lambfoot Dub and seeing if there's a route up onto Hill Crag that way, just for something trail breaking and different to do. So we'll find out. That's a good thing about doing lots of routes around just one mountain over the years. You get to sort of remember the options, and you can be a bit more spontaneous. The wind's dropped a little bit. It's supposed to keep dropping over the evening, so it's looking like it's going to be a really good one. Picked a good time to try a bivvy anyway, I think, but we'll only know that when we get up the top. Well, there she goes. Seathwaite just up here. Scafell Pike. At least the cloud's high. Woo-wee. The main one to miss is if you're going the corridor route, is this junction here. You come off a Seathwaite Pass and there's a big pile of stones, and there's a feint track onto the corridor route, or there's the main track that goes up to Sprinkling Tarn. Lots of people just walk up there and end up at Sprinkling Tarn and then have to go via Escoles. But yeah, just an encouragement to anyone that's going to do a big complicated route. Have a good look at the map. Go on Google Earth, it's fantastic to get the idea of where you're going to be going. Anyway, no judgment. I've just come across so many people that don't know which way they're going, and then it's going to be hard to know which way you're going back. So this is the corridor route. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the whole corridor route or if I'm going to turn off left and try a new route up to Hill Crag, but we'll see how I feel. I've not done the whole corridor route for quite a few years, so I might just plod on to the top. So I've decided to do the whole of corridor because yeah, someone watches this and wants to do it. They'll see the bits, any of the awkward bits. First one is crossing the gill. First of a few obstacles. Just a short scrambly path. So during the year this is not really a problem. It's only in the winter these places get a bit more awkward. But most walkers won't have any trouble. It's just sort of maybe just about hands-on. Not too difficult at all. That's the first one. So a little bit, so you've got to take care because there's obviously a few loose bits, but there's a lot of grip because they're knobbly, and yeah, just take your time if you're a bit unsure. But that's it, all done already more or less, so it's not difficult. Corridor route just goes lots of ups and downs, but it's got beautiful views. And look at that shot of Great Gable. Really nice view from Stayhead. You take a slightly higher path under the crag where them boulders are, and you've got the Climbers Traverse, goes across to the bottom of the crags up there, Westmoreland Crags, and where the Nape's Needle is, and that's a really enjoyable traverse. So it just slightly climbs as it goes. Oh, I can see a couple of people on it over there, but they're very small, and yeah, interesting. And Lambfoot Dub is just up there somewhere. Have a look on my longest day, shortest night wild camp video. I camped up there and it was glorious. One of the most beautiful nights I've had camping, I think. Yeah, anyway, let's get on with this corridor route. So over the back there you've got Ill Crag. This rocky one in the shade is Broad Crag. Broad Crag looking very craggy. It's the back of Great End. Still just about to see the summit of Scafell Pike in that dip. There's some people on it. So just round the corner you've got a little step you've got to climb down, and there's a little one here as well. So it's not difficult, but there are a couple of steps just to get hands on, and then you're back on the path. So then you're back on the path round there, and then we won't have too far to go. Still, I don't know, if I take my time, I don't want to rush because I've got all night, but probably an hour. But yeah, we're getting there. One more step to do. I'll show you in a bit. Interesting route. Bit longer than if you come up from Wasdale, obviously. But I prefer this route, the route via Escoles and the route via Angletown from Langdale as well. They're all longer, but they're all more enjoyable, I think. In the winter, when this is all snow, some people, instead of turning down this path, turn down the gill, and they get stuck and get in a lot of trouble. Not just when it's snowy, but sometimes just when it's foggy, because they know they've got to come down a path and do a left turn, so they end up going down here, and it's not right. So that's another one to note if you're coming down the corridor route. You go around the gill, not down it. When there's no water, obvious, it could look like a rocky path, couldn't it? There's a lot of bags up here. It looks like they're ready to redo the path here. Making the path a lot more obvious would probably help. But anyway, yeah, right across onto the ledgy path, not across and down. So that's most of the corridor bit done. Well, it's all of it. I'm just going to turn on to Scafell Pike now. But so we've come up past the tarn, all along through there to the right of the water there, around up here, and then that's Lingmore, nearly level with that. We're just popping over here, and then we'll end up going up left onto Scafell Pike. You can see while I walk up here why I didn't bring the tent. I mean, further down off the summit there's a couple of little grassy spots, but up near the summit absolutely knout. But there's some shelters made out of stones, and I'm sure I'll find somewhere to get cosy. full over there. Broad stand just being hidden by a cloud at the moment. Summit's just over here. Here we are, top of England. Just got to pop over there, look where the crowds are. Fair bit of mist coming in, but it shouldn't stay. It's supposed to be clear after, well, late tonight. It's supposed to be totally clear, so we'll see. My question is, where am I going to spend the night? Because I've got a feeling the really good shelters people end up using as toilets, so I don't really want to sleep in one of those. There's a semicircle of a shelter there, and there's one just here, so I might try them. I'm not convinced this is the one, but I might try and get the inflatable, chair shape in there and just chill out. It would be better when I'm standing because it's smaller rocks, but it's the wrong way for the wind. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go too far from the top. We're doing a fundraiser. If the cloud gets off of here, 11 o'clock, there should be quite a few summits with lights on. But anyway, the cloud keeps coming in here, which is a bit gutting. It's supposed to go again. It's supposed to be totally clear by like 11, 12 o'clock. And it was clear most of the time we was coming up. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's just fantastic. The rock, the green, the cloud, the light. That's broad stand over there. Dangerous place. If you want to get up Scafell from here, it's best to go onto the little ridge, door, go down, and then up that path there to the little Fox's Tarn, and then up to the top. Yeah, you can see over to the Crinkles, Bowfell, S Pike, Ill Crag, Broad Crag here, great end in the cloud, lovely. I'm just off the top in a little shelter. I'm sort of semi set up for my bivvy. I'm going to probably try and get some kip in a semi-seated position because it's not flat enough, and there's a nice flat rock under here where I'm sitting. Having my Scotch egg, a Snickers and a Merlot. How's that for quality? Cloud's not gone yet though. Which is a bit annoying. Still not getting the sun. Well, the blue sky, we've got a bit of sun. It's about 9:15. So a few people up here for the sunset. See over there, that's beautiful, isn't it? Almost sunset. I can see someone pitched over on Broad Crag. I wonder if they're one of the people doing the same as me. Green tent over there. Can't see anyone on. That's the All Crag over there. Can't see anyone on the All Crag. Crinkles over there. See the Langdale Pikes through the gap. Pike. It keeps promising it, but it's cold standing out here trying to wait for a bit of sunset, which is more or less set now. The clouds come in quite heavy. I'm cooling down, so I'm gonna go and get comfy for a couple of hours. I bought a thin bag, which is normally pretty good. It's an old mountain equipment, extra light. It's supposed to be down to 0, but I have had it in campsites where it's around that, and it's been a bit chilly. Today, the temperature up here, I think it's supposed to go down to about 6 or 7 or something. So yeah, you get out of the wind and it's just still and lovely, isn't it? There's the top. We'll bring it back later, see if we can see anything. I'm not in the bivvy bag yet, I'm just on top of it. I've got my sleeping bag over me, just chilling. I'm seeing blue straight up, but the view's nearly always blocked by some cloud coming from the coast, so see how it goes. I think I've got about 2 hours, so I'm just chilling, and then I'm going to look, see if I can see any lights, if I can get my phone to tell me the time. Yeah, mixed thoughts about camping on Scafell Pike, because it's an experience and I definitely wanted to do it. Ticks a box. Highest mountain camp I've done in England. I've done some this high elsewhere, but yeah, if I'm going to be doing camps on a lot of the Wainwrights and other summits, then it's ticked a box. But it's not the most comfortable doing a bivvy amongst boulders. I've spent quite a while arranging the boulders as flat as I can, getting the flat sides upwards, but you still have to sit or lay in a particular fashion to be comfortable. But I'm quite tired, so I'm sure once I try and sleep I'll get a few hours, and then I'll just truck on down nice and early, instead of my usual accidentally laying in and missing sunrise. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's nice seeing these people turn up at the top. They're doing the 3 peaks, and groups keep turning up and congratulating each other, singing songs and this, that and the other. It's pretty good. But good thing is, I've now got view of most of the tops. So yeah, I might be able to catch a sight of other people camping. There's the moon just coming out from the cloud there. Most summits are clear of cloud now, so I'm going to be able to see everyone else that's camping out when they get their lights on. Just did my good deed for the day. There's 2 chaps come up here and they wandered past me and they said, "Can't park there," which was really funny because I was in my little bivvy place. But they went right over down towards like Penn, down that way, and I thought, I wonder where they're going, because they had all the gear, all the bags and everything. And then I saw them started coming back up. I said, "Which way are you trying to go?" And basically they're going to do the circuit that I probably will. You know, they've come up the corridor route, but they were supposed to be going down over Hill Crag and Halls. But totally, the thing is, they're navigating via an animation on a map, not either a GPS or a compass. So they're just going in the wrong direction. I mean, I'm #1 fan of just adventure and explore and give it a go, but you do have to somehow navigate, especially in the dark, and what most of this evening has been is in the fog. So yeah, if you're going to get out, you know, go for it. I would say to everyone, just have a go, but you do have to navigate, because there's a lot of drops and dead ends, and you know, you'll end up in the wrong valley at the very least, and that's pain in the doodahs. Right, I think we're about 11 o'clock and the cloud's gone. I've just seen over there, I'm going to turn my light out. I don't know what you're going to be able to see, but there's something twinkling up. There's two obvious over there now. I'm going, oh no, there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, one over there. Yeah, there's there's lights over here. There's a light over pillar direction. There's a light over the gable direction, or it might be Lingnor, I can't tell now, the fog's in. There's a couple of lights. I don't know where that is. Over there. Well, I know where it is, but I can't tell because of the fog. There's a couple over towards Helvellyn Way, and I saw one just now, or a couple that look like they're right over High Street direction, Placefell or High Street or somewhere like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Probably I can see easily a dozen or so, but I'm getting engulfed by the fog now. Well, I am quite, when I lay down, obviously I am quite comfortable. So while I've got quite comfortable, I'm going to try and get a few hours kip, hoping that I'll bring you back to a glorious morning with drone shots because there's no wind, and time for coffee. But we'll see. Anyway, yeah, I prefer my tent, but as long as I can stay in this comfy position, hopefully I'll get a few hours. I'll see you in the morning. Ciao for now. Well, would you believe it, as you've probably seen on the time lapse, we've got cloud again. Well, we've had the cloud on and off all night, but thought it was clearing and we were going to get a bit of a nice sunrise, but not at the moment. Anyway, I've got my little alcohol fuel stove on, making me coffee, and if it stays like this, as soon as I've had my coffee, I'm just going to head down a bit and see if I get any better views. It wasn't the most comfortable night, but I did sleep a fair bit. It's still quite early. It's rather nice. So we're well out of the wind here, but the clouds are moving across above. It's looking like it's still 25 miles an hour, 24 miles an hour or something like that. Which is why I'm not sitting up by the summit at the moment. I'm just going to finish my coffee, pack up, and then hopefully get the views on the way down. Well, as you can see, it's been crazy gorgeous intermittently. Sun's up a fair way now. I've packed up, just got me Lucozade in my bag to pick up. We've got loads of people up the top here watching, well, trying to watch the sunrise. But it's been very intermittent. Oh look, Scafell just coming into view. It's almost an inversion, isn't it? I'm tempted to stay here a bit longer. I had a rock inspector over here just now and I missed it. Missed it. Rock inspector. There we are. Ooh. See Broad Crag, Ill Crag, Scafell Pike, Bowfell, Crinkles, Helvellyn over there. Gorgeous. There's someone climbing on Scafell over there. I'm glad I didn't leave a bit earlier because we've been treated to some wonderful views. There's someone on Scafell over there in orange on the actual face. Interesting this time in the morning. But look at the views. Cloud whipping over. It's too much for the drone. Yeah, gonna have a wander down there. Oh, rock inspector again. Superb. Well, this is the busiest location I've had for a camp, but it's been quite fun chatting to people and seeing them all coming up on the 3 peaks. Yes, tricky route finding if you've not been here before down to Ill Crag or Broad Crag and then Ill Crag. If it's really foggy, you can see there's some large cairns, but they soon disappear in the mist if it's misty. Last time I did this was on me Scafell Pike water hike wild camp, and I camped on Ill Crag in the snow, and I came up here in the morning. Beautiful camp that was, absolutely stunning. Yeah, I forgot to mention I met a few chaps on the summit at sunset last night, and we were chatting, and they said they would subscribe. So if any of you actually did watch this video, hello. Sorry, I forgot to ask your names. But sometimes that's a bit, intrusive. But yeah, just see, I got to see a view, because obviously when you was there we didn't see much, did we? But yeah, I've had lots of people to chat to last night. That's the good thing about Scafell Pike. There's been loads of people saying hello, and all sitting there waiting for the same thing, which last night didn't happen, but this morning, yeah, we got there. Anyway, this is a bit off of Scafell Pike down to Broad Crag. It goes down a little bit, across a little thin bit, and then it goes right and then up onto Hill Crag. So we're finding that now. Easy. So you get to just before Broad Crag and you have this thin bit to do. Yeah, it's all right here. It's just a bit awkward for a few steps. I'm taking my time because I've got one hand on the camera, but it's all right. Yeah, just going up there over this shoulder, and then there's a path that goes down and up to Hill Crag, which is over there where the sun is. I love to go wandering along the mountain ridge. It's the back of the Crinkles, and I think that's Penn, isn't it? That's one of my possible camping spots, looking out down Eskdale and the back of Bowfell and that. So it looks like there's some spots there. It looks beautiful. And then obviously the other side, looking out over Lingmill, Kirkfell, Pillar and Steeple just in view over that way. What a beautiful atmospheric shot. I mean, we don't like the cloud, but the cloud adds so much to the atmospherics and to just the awesomeness of the hills. Just occasionally, if you're on the top and you get thick fog, you'd rather not have it. But I mean, if that was just a clear shot, it wouldn't look the same, would it? Anyway, I'm still not on Broad Crag, so I'll finish this, get sidetracked by the views. We can now see the path over to Hill Crag up there, so we've just got to drop down and up, and then it's plain sailing to Esk Halls. Start head down there. Oh look, there's Lamfoot Dub. Cracking. Awesome. This area is just so beautiful and there's so many features. There's a chap up there that's just packed up his tent. Right, keep saying we'll get up here. We're too much to see. I'll keep stopping because there's so many good views. So that's back to Broad Crag, just so you can see the sort of where it goes up and down, and again Scafell Pike's in the cloud. Gorgeous. Once you get here, it's basically no difficulties till we get to Seathwaite. When you go down to Esk Halls, if you go down the Ruddy Gill path, it's a lot of steppy bits, but you lose height quickly. I think I said earlier, I quite often like to turn left past Great End cliffs and then down to Stye Head, just because it's a nice easy meander down. But today I'm going to go down Ruddy Gill, just so I've done the complete circuit. There's Pike over there. That's where I camped last time with Nathan. Sketchy weather, but we did all right. We camped on the little flat bit just before the summit. There's nothing like a high walk early in the morning or late at night when the peaks are coming and going and the mist's coming and going. It's gorgeous, it really is. it just, everything changes every minute. In the distance is the Helvellyn range. Ah, right through there, a little peaky bit. I think that's Seathwaite Pike. You can see that from so many places because it's really obvious, because it's got that little pointy bit, and then it goes up onto the high bit on the skyline is High Street. And my house is 25 minutes further that way. It's quite typical. I said I was going to avoid, not bother going up Great End because the cloud was on it. Look, it's just lifting off. Never mind, saves me a bit of effort. It's not like I was here recently coming down off, well, and going up obviously, off Scafell Pike, iffy weather, with Nathan, my bestie, and if you're watching Nathan, it's nice today. So here's the bit where we cross the stream to go down the Ruddy Gill path. Yep. Anyway, I'm not going to show all the way down. I'll just finish up with a couple of shots. But hope you've enjoyed that. Got to see hopefully more or less the whole of the corridor around and back down this side. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and don't forget to click the like or subscribe if you haven't done so already. So catch you soon. See you on the next one, everybody.